Hello, and welcome back to Coffee with an INTP. So, today I'm talking about the kind of people INTPs like. Now, you could correlate it to significant others, relationships, friendships, which is from where I came for this video. So, these are the kind of people INTPs appreciate and like. And if you want to be close to an INTP, then I'd say these things are kind of important for you to possess. Not all those, some for sure. So number one, anyone who gives them space. INTPs appreciate their alone time and their space, which I think is the case with many or to most introverts. So you give them space, they appreciate it, and they realize that, hey, this person understands my needs. They are giving me the space that I want. And INTPs don't like hanging out with everyone all the time, so that's always a perk. Boosts them. The second thing is someone who can have deep conversations with them. INTPs really appreciate and they love having conversations that may not mean much to other people but mean a lot to them. It's like, for me, it's things like death, and I don't know what's going to happen after that, but I just like to ponder about it. So anyone who can who's not close-minded as well, very important. Anyone who's not restricted in their thoughts, very open-minded to everything, INTPs really do appreciate those kind of people. People who are not judgmental, also extremely important for INTPs, because people who are judgmental and close-minded, it's really frustrating for an INTP to, it's kind of funny to argue with them, I'd say, for me, because most people who are judgmental and close-minded, they're not willing to accept what's on the other side of the argument, hence indicating that they don't know what's on the other side of the argument. And because they don't want to know what's on the other side of the argument, they just assume that what they're saying is right. And many of the times, this is what I've observed, they are not particularly right about their side of the argument either. It's not that they have collective data on what they're saying. They're just saying on the basis of saying things. So it's like, oh, I just believe in this because it is obvious that it exists. But you're like, why does it exist? And they don't have an answer. They just create some crap and they just keep saying it over and over again, which basically what I'm trying to say is INTPs don't like judgmental people, and many times these judgmental people are not really good with the points that they are judgmental about. Next, we've got people who can take criticism. This is extremely important because I, as an INTP, criticize a lot, and I'm moderate with criticism. I'm not extremely good, but I'm not too bad either. So INTPs are analysts and they're honest about everything that they say. So if someone comes up to me with a problem and says, and just like, hey, I have this issue, I'm going to tell them exactly why. And sometimes it's their fault, and people who can't take criticism, just don't bother coming to us, because if you know that you're moderately wrong about something, then you should be well aware that we're going to let you know that you're wrong about it. And if we do that, we're criticizing you. And if you're not good with criticism, then just don't come to me to ask for advice or whatever it is that you want. Then we've got people who are extremely sensitive. I feel people. I know this is not many people can't do much about it, but again, it's like, do not come to an INTP for pity, or do not come to an INTP with an emotional issue. Or no, you can come to an INTP with an emotional issue. They're great at listening. So if you have an emotional problem, you want to just talk about it, I'm here. I'm all for it. But don't, as I said, INTPs are highly honest and straightforward. So I'm just going to tell you the way something is, and don't get emotional about it and don't cry about it. especially if you come to me and ask me if there's an issue with you, because if there is an issue with you, I will not hesitate. I will tell you. I don't know if that's, I think that's all INTPs. So, yeah. People who are INTPs can be goofy around. I feel there's this stigma surrounding INTPs. They're extremely serious, and that's because they're not very emotively expressive. So, I mean, I'd say I'm pretty goofy, and I think INTPs also require people who are goofy and people who can learn to take a joke, which goes with the sensitivity part, because many a times INTPs use a lot of sorry, many a times INTPs use a lot of sarcasm in their day-to-day, life or whatever it is. So yeah, so people who don't get sensitive about like funny stuff or some sort of like jokes or something, I think it's nice for INTPs to have those kind of people around them, because I'm extremely sarcastic, and I have not friends, I have classmates who are extremely sensitive, and then I'll just be sarcastic about something and they'll be like, oh, you shouldn't have said that, I hurt your feelings, and I was like, okay, then just don't listen to me. I mean, when I'm around them, then I will make it a point to not be that, extreme about, that extreme about whatever the hell I'm joking about, but all in all, it's pretty limiting for a person. If, yeah. I guess that's it. Thank you, and hope you're related to it if you're an INTP. And if you're not an INTP, I hope you learned what an INTP likes. See you later, alligator.